And we are live. Monday Night Real Flight. How are y'all tonight? Let's get the multiplayer going. Gonna host Monday Night Real Flight. Hosting up to 16 players. And kaboom. We are hosting Monday Night Real Flight. Hope you're all doing well. Tonight we're going to fly the islands. Fantasy Island, yo. Woo. Hope you're all doing great. Hey, Scott. Hi, Paul. We got the pirate flags out. Woohoo. Wish I'd have known that was in the game. I'd have got mine out. We are live. Yes, sir. Hope you're all doing good. Whoa. I like this one. This is fun. It's fun because you can see the fish. Now it makes me want to go fishing. Flight 327. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Guys, we are live. It's Monday again. Monday night. We're going to do some island hopping. Gilligan's Island style. Scott is in here. Woo. Whoa. Oh, yeah. There we go. Woohoo. Well, we got 2 shipwrecks. Well, I don't know. The one might not be a shipwreck. There we go. You can take off from the land or water. It puts you up here on the beach when you're when you got a regular plane with wheels. Oh, we already got somebody flying. Scott's here flying. Let's see what Scott is flying. All right. Scott's got the little blue plane. I got my coffee ready. Good stuff. Philip. How you doing, Philip? Scott's landing on the rocks for us. Awesome. Nice flying, Scott. Get us all started. At any time, guys, if you want to switch the field, put it on a different runway, whatever it is, you just let me know. I'm down for that. I figured this would be a good way to start. Somewhere nice and cool where I don't have to look at the temperature outside. I could just think of palm trees and cool beach water. Yes, sir. Only 106 here, yeah. It was 108.16 when you got in the truck? 117. 117 when my wife got in the truck. And it was 112 here today. But yeah, only 106 right now. Awesome. Jeff in Lower Alabama. Hi, Jeff. But with just 1% humidity, that's all. It's a dry heat, yes, sir. Jeff in Lower Alabama. Belated birthday wishes to you, sir. Your birthday was on Friday, but I wanted to tell you happy birthday again. And what the heck? We have sinking airplanes. Oh my gosh. It's Pilot Ryan's birthday, either today or yesterday. So I'd want to wish him a happy birthday too. I saw him and Kelly put out a few videos today. So did Philip. Hi JCB. How are y'all doing tonight? Yours was Saturday, the 28th. Good deal. Oh. Hey, Philip, I wanted to tell you I was glad to hear the follow-up on that little girl that got hit out in front of your house, that she was doing better. That's good. That's really good. A flying sub, yes, sir. I'm not sure what it is, but it's pretty awesome. So how many of you had a Sony Walkman way back in the day? Any of you? Any of you still have one? Hi, Flyboys 305. How are you doing tonight? Scott's up on deck. Nice. Flying Tiger's in the house. Flying Tiger Craig Bevan. Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for jumping in. We're doing some island hopping tonight. Time to break out your float plane, or you can take off from the beach as well. Yes, so Paul, it was 1979 today when they released the Sony Walkman. I had one way back in the day. It was pretty cool. Woohoo. Every time I tried to get close to that shipwreck, I would crash into something, so be careful. Shadow Ops. How you doing, Eric? Beekeeper taking a hive out of a tree of mine that fell over. Oh, wow. Yeah, that one's not an easy one to take them out of a tree or a block wall or a kitchen cabinet or a boat or a jacuzzi or wherever those darn little things get, man, it's never easy. The tree ones could be messy because, there's no rhyme or reason to the way they build the comb inside. It can just be any which way it wants to go. So it's hard to take what they've built, the honeycomb that they built, and use it in a transplant. When they do a booking, they book a hive. Take all the comb from where it's at and put it in a regular box. Tree split near the ground and expose the hive. Yep. So they were there all the time and they didn't bother you guys at all, Shadow? Pretty docile beehive. Those are the ones to get. All the ones that I would go get, they're like killer bees. They'd want to tear your head off and shove it back down your throat. I still have the Olympus microcassette player recorder. I use it. Cool, man. Mini tapes. Yeah, some of them are just... You can't do a trap out, which means you stop the bees from going into where they're at, right? You use a cone, you glue it. I've tried everything to get bees out of certain places, and trees are the worst. I just found a nest a week ago, left us alone, so left them alone. But now all pass from tree breaking. Yeah. And that's usually what happens. Scott's got the arrow works going. Gas in a match. That's the last resort. I'll tell you that regular soap and water works, Paul. Because just regular soap, a good amount of soap, right? A quarter cup of soap to a gallon. Soapy. And you just suds them up. And they will die. Greg Rowland. How you doing, Greg? Glad you're here, sir. Yeah, I used to mess around with beehives. Of course, my grandfather had hives. He had 150 colonies at one point. Or no, 125. Don't get the balsa wet, Scott. We have anybody else in here flying? Just Scott and me. I would get a bee box and keep them, but allergic. So yeah, you know here we go. Let me remove that. I I asked my doctor for an EpiPen just in case, and he prescribed them, no problem. That was before they got way expensive. Oh gosh, what was that? COVID or whatever. Sometime recently they got really expensive, those EpiPens. So I'm sure all of you do a very thorough check of your aircraft when you go out to fly, right? So probably go over everything like balance and make sure it's balanced correctly. Check its center of gravity. Hi, Lyndon. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you stopping by, Lyndon. I was just going to talk about some of the things that you might need if you're going to go fly. So, a couple things to check are all the control surfaces and all your connections. Because sometimes just getting them in and out of the car or the truck, you'll knock one of them, knock it loose. Always good to check that. And it's always good to do a range check with your radio. Make sure none of the surfaces have too much play. Always good to check and make sure that your kill switch is on for your motor. You want to use that. You want to check and make sure the batteries are fully charged. Because I've even done that. Taken off with a not so charged battery and had to land with a receiver beeping at you. Good advice, Bill. Wish I did those things. Hey, you know what, Philip? Sometimes you just go and you throw them on the ground and you put the battery in it and you go. And you don't do any of those things. But it's always a good idea to do them. I mean, I'm sure that all of you, make sure your kill switches go and, you're not, hopefully none of you are, going to cut your fingers off in the prop or anything. That would not be good. Check things like, is the prop tight? Always good to check and make sure the prop is tight. Yep. Go through and just check every little screw on it. I mean, you guys with the cars, they always need to be looked after and tightened up, and it's the same with the aircraft. I've even had a electric motor come loose from the firewall. So it's always good to check that stuff. Victor is flying the E-Flight Apprentice. Has entered the great advice. It's always good to be reminded, Lyndon, that, think safety first. You know, make sure you're in a big area with no obstructions in the way. Try not to hit anything. We've all hit things. I hit a fire hydrant. I've hit some power wires before. We're all the guys. Victor just came in. Let's see what Victor's doing. Victor's got The Apprentice. Hola, Victor. Yeah, that was my choice. Timber on floats on 4S. Oh my. How fun. This is just like watching an aquarium, really. You know, there was a threat of closing that Tucson Radio Control Club, TRCC, out on the east side of Tucson. And I did hear that from Michael Reitza. He said that they had lost their lease, which is true. They did lose their lease for a little bit, but they got a 2-year extension. But they're still looking for another place to build a new field. JCB, I had a snap ring come off the motor. The prop and the guts went flying across the kitchen. JCB, yeah. I mean, they say take the prop off, and we all don't do that all the time. And those things will jump out and bite you. CVO Hobo. Hi, David. How you doing tonight? Glad you're all here. Thank you guys so much. Crystal. Hi, Crystal. Oh, thank goodness for coffee. CVO flying a krill katana has entered the area. Hi, Dan. Awesome, man. Thank you for jumping in, Dan, and hanging out for a few. We're flying the islands tonight, like Fantasy Island. One of my favorite shows when I was a kid was followed right by The Love Boat. Those crazy 70s sitcom shows. Victor's just cutting up the sky tonight. Well, I'm glad nobody calls because I forgot to put my phone on silent. It's alright. I did it now. We're good. So, any of you gonna get to take a vacation this year? Go on a cruise ship? Trip to Alaska? Make your plans now. That was cool, Victor. I'm not sure how you got through those wires, but there you go. Come on. Nice flying, Victor. Taking us through the palm trees. Paul McNeil, you probably hear my cat. She's saying, "Where's my treat tonight?"
I gave you one.
Get there on the 17th of July. Linda and her buddies head to Yellowstone. I should be there for 12 days. Nice. Jeff in Lower Alabama, have a great time. That's coming up real quick. Less than 3 weeks. I got a bucket of KFC. That sounds good, Paul. Mountain RC, hi everybody. Good evening. Just checking in. Mountain RC, thank you for jumping in and saying hi. I do appreciate it. Yeah, Paul, the cat's been driving us crazy. She's been very demanding lately. That's alright. I got what she needs. Treats and pets. That's awesome, Jeff. I would hope they'd let you fly as a guest, you know? I know our field, I could take a guest 3 times before they would need to, figure out about joining or not. And that's actually how I became a member there. Somebody took me over there as a guest. I met a guy at the hobby store and he said, "Come out to the field. Come and fly with us. Bring your plane. We'll let you fly." And I'll be darned they did. That's not bad at all, Jeff. Not really at all. Well, I hope you have a great time when you're there. Hopefully, you don't get rained out. Bad weather, stuff like that going on. Have to invite Fred too, Dan. Maybe Fred could get down there. More sailboat videos. Awesome. Victor's doing an awesome job. Thank you, Victor. Let's switch to CVO. There we go. Mr. Hoverman. Might as well have a helicopter. Dip the tail in the pond. Always get together. When I came during the fair, you were busy with the Nationals. Yep. Oh, it's still 106 out. Whew. So way back in the day, 1955, today was the first night of Johnny Carson. The Johnny Carson show started tonight, all them years ago. $70 years ago? Wow. Wow. Crazy. Lots of fireworks going. It's Canada Day tomorrow. Well, happy Canada Day. Eh? They'll be drinking lots of Molson Golden and Molson Ale. And Moosehead. Moosehead a Canadian beer? Flagstaff has a fly-in mid-July. It's still going to be hot up there, Paul. Are you talking about Flagstaff, Mississippi? '51st state soon. I don't think so, Paul. We want Canada to have their sovereignty. Uh-oh. Somebody's got the Ratmobile out. Very nice flying, David. Flagstaff, Arizona. Yeah, there's only one problem with Flagstaff, Arizona, Paul, and that it's about 6 hours away from me. 5.5. That's quite a haul just to go flying. Yep. I'm sure you all got your AMA magazine today, right? I know I got mine. Beautiful flying, David. Right through the palm trees. Sold my Pitts 850mm yesterday. Oh no. Oh no. It's good to thin them out a little bit, Philip. Hopefully you got enough out of it to get something else. The Pitts does fly nice. I had the Pitts P12 quite a while ago, but it flew beautiful. Oh, that's good. That's really good, Philip. And it's going to a kid, and he can have fun with it. Nice flying, David. Holy cow. Guess I should put it on chase mode, huh? We'll just watch it from wherever you are. FMS Pitts. Now, the one that I had was Great Plains. And it was like a 90 to a 120 ARF. Urban Legend. Thank you, Ty. I certainly appreciate it. We are flying the islands tonight. You can take off with wheels on the beach or from the water on a float plane, whichever you like. Oh, there you go. You can always put that in something else. Back from my first bathroom break. Yeah. I took exactly 2 breaks last show. I'd get up and get a drink each time. I think one time I went to the bathroom. And I have a friend of mine that goes live. I watch him. He's like, I checked in on your show twice and you're gone. I'm like, well, damn. That doesn't happen very often. Usually if I get up and go somewhere, I come right back. I mean, I'm not like Kenny, where I stay gone for like 5 or 10 minutes. No offense, Kenny. We love you. Always short on receivers, yeah. So it's always good to have an extra one, even if it's a AR 620 or a 410. Just a little sport receiver to put in something. CVO, thank you, sir. Let's get down the list again to Flying Tiger. He's cruising the beach in his little airboat, which is cool as heck. Oh, yeah. Anybody know what kind of fish those are? JCB's got the Catalina out. PBY Catalina. I had that out earlier too, JCB. And I couldn't get the thing to take off straight. I enlarged it a little too much and it just does circles. Woohoo! I'm trying to download our RealFlight to an external hard drive. It's taking forever. Wow. I'm doing some beach boating and flying. Yeah. They have another oh gosh, what's it called? The oh, I can't think of the name of it. But it's like a little pontoon boat. It's got two little sponsons up in the front with a propeller too. It flies pretty nice too. Well, if you wanted a sports car in 1953, today's the day they offered the Corvette for sale. Could have bought a brand new Corvette. And boy, they didn't sell very many of them, or make very many of them in 1953. And I don't believe that any of them came with the small block V8. 53 was the 6-cylinder only Corvette. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm right on that. J-Man, how you doing, sir? Woohoo! Someone's got the enlarged timber. Yeah, yeah. Let me have her.
Just want to buy the one piece and I want to. Where?
My wife's doing a puzzle. She's missing one piece.
I just. Oh, the cat.
Oh. Is the cat driving you crazy?
Yes.
Okay. Say hi, cat. Say hi. Say hi. You want to say hi? You don't want to be on TV? You don't want to be on YouTube? You'll be fine, kitty. Just chill. Okay? There you go. There you go. Now you're good, kitty. Well, fine. Get down then. Philip, that's true. Yep, Blue Flame 6. I guess if you lived in Florida, an airboat would be like a necessity. Boom. Let's go like that. I'm not on top of it tonight, guys. My mind is somewhere else. That's all right. Flying Tiger's taking us to a different island. You might have ran out of fuel. Good Guys Car Show is in Des Moines this weekend. That's always a good show. We have good guys come here in March and this November up in Scottsdale, and it's always a huge show. Everybody's in the screen. Flying Tiger, Victor, Scott, CVO, JCB. All right, Flying Tiger is flying now. Well, they have quite a few different, water ones. J-Man, they have one that is just an aircraft carrier out in the middle of nowhere. It's just ocean all around with an aircraft carrier deck floating. We'll have to do that one time. Guys can practice their landing on the deck of an aircraft carrier. They have some indoor flying areas also, like gymnasiums or indoor football field kind of place, soccer fields. So we'll have to do one of those, but I know the guys like to enlarge all the planes, so the bigger planes really don't work in those enclosed rooms, you know. Be bouncing off the walls. Oh, man. I'm going to have to get another drink soon. I'm almost out. They cover a lot of different fields. Yes, you can. Jeff, did you get your new pack yet? And Paul McNeil, did you get it downloaded? Oh, how fun, Paul. How'd you do? Take first place? Best bike at the show?
Alright, I'm gonna stop right now, crybaby.
Paul McNeil, did you get the code for the new pack for eFlight? Holy cow. My cat is having a fit tonight. I got the new code. I got the new code. Good deal, man. Flying Tiger. Thank you so much. Let's jump down to JCB. I think JCB is just parked on the beach. We'll give him a minute to get back in the pilot seat, so to speak. If not, we'll switch on to the next guy. Paul, where, when did you get the new code? Oh, I need a drink. Coffee's all gone. They want to build an indoor tennis field in my town, but only for tennis. When I asked if we could fly there after hours, it was an immediate no. Well, that's no fun, Philip. That's like when I mentioned at our field, geez, the softball fields are open until 10:30, and they got the big lights on right next to us over here. Why can't I fly over here at night, at least until 10:30? And it was an immediate no. You know, it's something written into their lease agreement, right? They have to be planned and they have to be approved. That's why they only do them twice a year. Bent. Big thumbs down. No thank you. I mean, we should go try and pass a rule that they can only play softball 4 times a year. Twice a year, right? Come on. Nobody's going to get hurt. JCB is in the pilot seat. Just bashing it. Hi, Just bashing it. Thank you for coming in, sir. I certainly appreciate it. Gonna add you as a moderator. Thank you, sir. Okay, I need more drink. I'll be right back. Less than 1 minute. I think we were about to experience our first monsoon of the season. It is really cloudy and it looks like the dust is kicking up. We might get wet tonight. It'll make the temperature come down real quick. That's the good thing about these summer rains. Oh my goodness. One coffee and I can't. Bill, does it rain mud at first? It could. Good evening to all that shit months over to all. Yes, sir. Hi, Spencer. How are you, sir? Here's to a better July. JCB, I'm not sure what kind of tri-engine plane that is, but it's pretty awesome looking. Looks like it has the gear down too. 12 watching, 9 likes. Let's do better, guys. Thank you, Ty. That thing is pretty cool looking, JCB. Gotta like it before you can hit the like. Hey, I get that, Spencer. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, you guys are funny. You guys want a different field? You want a different flying field? What you like? Tell me what you like. You're loving the field. Good deal, man. The Carrier. Victor says the Carrier. No, I'm just trying to download it on external hard drive. It's taking an eternity. Sorry to bug you about it again, Bill, but have you heard anything from Mike Bird yet? No, sir, I have not. I was gonna give him until about the middle of July. It'll be it'll be a month again by then. And figured, I'd just give him a holler every month, see what he's doing. But I haven't heard hide nor hair of him. And the funny thing is, Philip, I went out and I bought a few Stella Artois, thinking he was going to come by and we could have a beer together. So I don't drink, right? So just me having them, kind of out of the ordinary. But that's okay. Maybe he'll make it by one day. Yeah, I hope he's okay too. Probably got snatched up by some blonde. JCB, my Catalina was doing the same dang thing. Couldn't take it off for nothing. I have no clue. Flying Tiger's got I'm glad these things are made of foam. They float. Oh, there you go, JCB. Yay! Got that Catalina in the air finally. Clark County. Yeah, I know. He told me that's what he drinks, so I figured I'd have one ready for him. And the last I heard, he was in Vegas. So if you're out there, Mike Bird, we love you. Hope you're doing well. We miss you. All that. Not like you're required to come around, but we enjoy having you here. That goes for all the people that are not here that we talk about. George Watts, Dave's RC, Air Marshal. Where you at, Dave? DIY Dave? Where you at, Dave? That's all right. Yeah, J-Man, I dig the way you can see under the water. See the fish and the rocks and the gravel and the seashells. The detail is like perfect. Even the fish. There it goes, JCB. All right. DIY put up a flying video last weekend. Oh, the drone one? Jeff, I saw the drone one of the storm. That really looked cool. I'm not sure if I'd be flying my drone in a storm like that, if I had one. Fred Barron. Hi, Fred. Those are pilot fish. Oh, that's a good one, Fred. Sorry, I hit JCB, he can't take off again. There you go, JCB. Yeah, I'm not sure why when you enlarge that PBY Catalina, it does not like to take off. It hangs a wingtip in the water and just spins you right around. We're island hopping tonight, Fred. Just bashing it. Well, I have to head out, but I wanted to come in and hit the like button and say hello. Sorry I couldn't stay long. Cool live, and I hope everyone has a great night. Just bashing it. I hope you have a great night too, man. I appreciate you coming in. You have a good one. Hope to see you next time. We'll be here flying ourselves silly. We'll have a different field next time. Beautiful island scenery. Exactly, Philip. Fantasy Island. The plane, the plane. Oh, that would be cool, J-Man. That would be really cool. Sounded like the roof shook a little bit there. We are getting those thunderstorms coming in. Well, you can see the little clouds right up there. Right there. The partly cloudy dust storms rolling in. What's a terrible show? I got the update when I launched Steam RealFlight. Oh, good deal, Jeff. Good deal. Fantasy Island was good, you know. It was the Love Boat that was kind of hokey. Jeff in LA is flying the EC 1500 twin. I just want to go fishing on that spot. It's got some good potential right there. Great flying JCB. Gilligan's Island. There you go. Beautiful flying JCB. Yeah, I would have to say that, You know, the professor, he's like the first MacGyver. He could do anything with anything. Could make speakers out of coconut shells. Little over 10 inches of rain this month here. Craig Beavan, that's a lot of rain. I wish we had a little bit of rain. It's like 1% humidity today. No fun at all. Go outside and it does feel like an oven. Okay, I'll try not to be long. I gotta go use the restroom. Hang on 1 second. Okay. Thank you for your patience. 80% humidity today. Wow, that's pretty darn humid. Especially if it's like 85 degrees on top of that. Woof. Bet that would be hard to deal with. Cut the air with a knife. The professor could build anything, Bill, except a boat. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, Philip. Yeah, I always thought to myself, why don't they just try and fix that boat? Sunny and bone dry and 65. Dew point was 77 degrees. Whew. Index was 105. Wow. It's summertime. The living is easy. JCB, thank you so much, sir. Let's go down the list. Watch Victor RC Jets fly. Where is a Victor? What did we go to Jeff? What happened here? There's Victor. Victor not flying right now. Give him a second. Pew. There he is. He's got the big Harrier. Actually, humid today, 85%. Wow. Holy cow. Oh man. I doubt if I'd lose that. That's funny, Philip. If I was stuck on an island with Ginger and Marianne, I might suddenly lose my mechanic skills too. That's an awesome jet, Victor. That Harrier can do many things. Must be one of the lights right there on the side and on the tail. They have lights like the A10 does, I believe. Those little strip ones that are green. Woohoo! Fly it, Victor. Victor's aircraft is big enough to take us on a island hopping adventure. There you go. Good stuff, Victor. CVO has left the flying area. I'm glad that's foam, Victor. It floats nice. Woohoo! Holy moly. Didn't think you could get that done. That's awesome. Had to move my days around to get tomorrow off. Not recognized or paid holiday. Oh, man. Yeah, farmers don't get any days off. You work on a dairy farm, you're working every day. JCB said, Bill, the trick for the Catalina is don't try to take off. Just pull all the way back on the stick and hit full throttle. Yes, sir. Yeah, I kept trying to just ease into it a little bit, and it would just spin around and around and around in the water. Well, I'm glad you got tomorrow off, Philip. It's going to be even hotter tomorrow than it was today. So, wow, it's finally under 100. 98 finally. Plane's the size of a pirate ship, yeah. So that's what's cool about this game, J-Man. You can kind of change the parameters. You can change the throws, how much throw the surfaces have. You can change the size of the aircraft, and it makes it fly differently. You can change the performance. You can add power. It's way above even what I know how to do. This game can do it. Nice flying, Victor. No overtime either. Well, I'll tell you, my kid works for Raytheon, and it seems like every time he turns around, he's getting overtime. He'll go work 2 hours and get paid for 4. Like, how in the world does that work? He's like, it's Raytheon. I worked on a dairy farm, milk cows, farm work, milk cows, farm work, till dark, and start the next day. Yes, sir. Fred, a lot of years ago, I met a guy at the paint store. He was a painting contractor as well. And he would always tell me that he's semi-retired because he only had to work a half a day on Saturday and he got Sunday off. And he was a dairy farmer before he became a painting contractor. No tax on overtime soon. They get the big beautiful bill passed? Or do we talk about that here? We can talk about that here. Not yet. Got that. Beef and cattle. I'd like no tax on SSI. That would be nice. How about this? No property tax. No income tax. They would think of other ways to tax us, though. Beautiful flying, Victor. Awesome jet. Awesome jet, Victor. Had no idea it can roll over like a dog now. It looked just like it just rolled right over. That's funny. uh, tax here goes up $2 a pack on a pack of smokes at midnight. Wow. And you know what? They still don't want to cure cancer. I'm sure they've had the cure for 40 years and they just don't want to do it. Right? I think it was just a few days ago I read something about the blood in one of the pharaoh's tombs they had found that something in it was actually cancer fighting. They were trying to do tests on it. Very cool, Victor. Let's move on to the next pilot. Let's go right to Jeff. Jeff in LA, Lower Alabama. Coming right in. Splashdown of the EC 1500. I only pay $4 a pack at the reservation. State needs the money. No, they don't. I think the state can completely fund itself on what they generate from parking tickets and speeding tickets. Nice flying, Jeff. A pack of Camels just under $12. My God, I think pot costs less. Well, no, you can't buy 20 joints for $12. Craig, the filterless Camels. Is Lucky Strike still a cigarette brand? Can you still buy Lucky Strike cigarettes? I don't know. I don't smoke, so they just give it away to Ukraine and Israel. Filters, okay. Jeff's got the dead stick going on. Beautiful. Always good to practice that maneuver too. You're up in the air. Just click that throttle all the way back and find that glide rate of your aircraft. You might find that it sinks like a rock without power. So careful. Nice, Jeff. The filterless were more. Wow. Four fingers still $10, right? Four fingers. Oh, man. Paul, you were getting some good deals in California, let me tell you. I don't even think you could get a 2-finger bag for that here. My goodness. 754, guys. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna guess that the sound is good and the stream is good. No glitchiness. Seems like it's doing pretty well tonight. Thank you guys for coming in and flying. I certainly appreciate it. Everything's going up. Groceries, cause oh man, Philip, you ain't kidding. You know, groceries used to be the least of my worry. Now you just cringe when you have to go and, you know, buy the extras like the dog food and, you know, other things that, you know, are not on the grocery list all the time. You know? It's alright. Told my wife, listen, you know, we haven't had to go without anything that we want. So I feel fortunate. I feel like we're doing better than most. We don't have credit card debt. Don't carry debt. Everything is going up except earnings. That's exactly right, Craig. Except the value of the dollar. Whoop. Oh, looks like Jeff left. Let's go to Fred. We'll watch Fred. Thank you for coming in and flying, Fred. Need to dry out some. Jeff, thank you for coming in and flying, sir. I certainly appreciate it. Yeah, I really didn't know what field to fly. I normally don't, you know, until like right up until the time of the show when I go, well, I guess it'll be this one. So at any time you guys want me to change it, you know, have a request for a field, more than happy to do that for you. I think Victor said the carrier. The aircraft carrier would be cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, Jeff, it's really not just the feel, but it's the visual. It's nice change to see a cool looking place with some water and some palm trees, and I could put it on one that looks like a desert, but then I feel like I'm outside. We'll save the desert ones for the winter time. Yes, next time, Victor. We will do that. We'll get Ray in here and he can show us how to put it right on the deck. Although I know you can do it too. Victor, did you say that your BD5 is dead? Were you going to resurrect that thing, or did it take a little bit of damage that you have to repair? know you mentioned something about that in the maybe in the Zoom. Our local store is really bad for pricing. Small tourist town. Only store. One store only. They got us. Yeah, jeez. I mean, Philip, there's not even a bigger town that you could go to that has two choices that's close, or is that just not possible? It makes it not cost efficient to do that. Yeah, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. It's too much work, although it's not terribly bad. Yeah, you know what, Victor? Just put it on the back shelf, on the back burner, and maybe one day you'll have a little bit of time, and you'll say, "I want to dig that out and get it fixed." It's not worth the drive, Bill. Yeah. That's one of the reasons that I used to live in a small town outside of Tucson. And, it was about an hour drive to town, 45 minutes to an hour, traffic depending. To come and buy groceries. You get gas while you're here because everything's cheaper. But now that's not really the case. Um, it takes a lot longer because there's 15 more traffic lights, and there's closer stores that are just as cheap now. But before, when we moved here 30 plus years ago, we moved here for that reason. Just because small town life is great, but you lack the things to do, stores to shop at, cheaper prices. I mean, I hated to go to the hardware store because it was just so expensive in our little town. I try not to complain. It's just me. My buddy has two little ones that eat everything in sight. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I can't imagine having kids right now. Everything is so expensive. We went to Costco and Walmart twice, and I bet we spent close to $300, Philip. But I think the storm outside kind of calmed down because it got really quiet here. I could hear the wind whipping around a little bit earlier. Awesome flying Fred. Yeah, but Fillet meat is so expensive now. My goodness. Eye of the storm. Yeah, it could be, Paul. I mean, the deal up there says it's cloudy still. Before the sun went down, it was like red outside. It was a really bad dust storm coming in. What they call in Phoenix a haboo. And not the little jet. Awesome flying for one wing, Fred. You don't even need to. That's what's so good about those old aircraft. They could fly with one wing. Have a couple of cuts of good meat, $60. Yeah. Oh, Craig, I did see a video of somebody going to Texas Roadhouse and buying the cheapest steak on the menu for $14. It actually looked pretty good. And came with a baked potato. You can't beat that, really. And it's steak. There is really good money in garlic. I just bought a yellow onion, and it was like $1.40 for one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, for years past, I grew all my own stuff, right? I had tomatoes, lettuce, broccoli, and, all kinds of stuff, squash, zucchini, and it's good to eat your own stuff. Usually, sometimes we grow more than we could eat. But I haven't had good luck lately with gardening. Vegetables or anything else. Epic flying, Fred. You can take 14 deer where you live. That's nice. Scott Morgan. Thank you for being here, buddy. Ooh, skimming the wingtip, Fred. The only one you got. Yeah, Paul, I sure would take advantage of that deer meat thing if I was there. Venison is some good stuff. Oh no. Find the life raft, Fred. Super Bubble Gum was 3 for a penny. But that was 65 years ago. I remember those. Was that the one with the little cartoon in it? The little Bazooka Joe guy? Or no, that was Bazooka Bubblegum. Flying Tiger, take care, everyone. See you next time. See you all again next time. Thank you, sir. Glad you were here. When it's cooked right, it's good. Yes, sir. Fred's got the Delta Wing up. Ooh, that flies nice. That'll take us around the islands quickly. Yeah, that was double bubble or super bubble. It was a huge piece that was twisted on each end. I remember the one that came in the big stick that was about 2 foot long. And then I remember the one that was the little square with the cartoon. Then we went from that, and I can't remember what. Oh, then I started chewing tobacco. Red Man and Beech Nut. Bag of chips was 10 cents when I was a kid. I remember getting a can of soda pop out of the Coke machine at my mom's work, and they were 10 cents a piece. And they were bottles. And they wanted the bottle back. Chocolate bar was 25 cents. Yeah. That sounds good right now, Philip. Nice big chocolate bar. One of those big hunks with the raisins and the nuts in them. Oh, that's quite the view from up there at 399 feet, Fred. Nice. Thank you, sir, for flying. We leave it on Fred for a few more. Yeah. Well, you know, Philip, it was my mom's work, and they had a little Coke machine in there, the 10-cent bottles. And everywhere else it was 25 cents. So I would just go in there and buy one. And then the lady that owned this place, she would always tell my mom, "You bring them bottles back. I want them bottles back." I got bubble gum and all Mickey Mantle cards. Just put in the bicycle spokes. Wow. If we'd only known, JCB. My parents could never play poker because they never had a set of complete cards to play with. I always took some out to put in the spokes. I remember 6-cent Cokes. Wow. You're showing your age there, Jim. Jeff Nichols just dropped another great P-51 and P-47 flying video. Awesome. So last Monday night, I had everything out of my closet and starting to redo it where my hot water heater leaked. Happy to report that that's all over with. So I don't have to worry about that. The nearest gas station is a good 2 miles away on our bikes. We had to work for our snacks back then. Wow, I watched my dad pump 13.9 cent a gallon gasoline. Wow. I remember gas being around a quarter. I think that's about 24.9 cents a gallon. And by the time I got to drive, it was $1 a gallon, 99.9 cents a gallon. And I believe they had to change some of the gas pumps because they didn't have provisions for the dollar. Some of the really old ones only worked up to the 99 cent. And a 46 Dodge with suicide doors. Wow, JCB, that's cool. Those big post-war cars. Very nice Flying Fred. See a Scott flying still. Let's put it on Scott. Switching to chase view. 48. Back when there was enough metal in there to build 3 Kias. And enough plastic to make a light switch. I'm not sure what kind of submarine plane you got there, Scott, but that's pretty darn cool. First truck in 87, it was 50 cents a liter. Second in 97, it was 65 cents a liter. And then took off from there. Is that? Good night, Spencer. You have a good one. Thanks for being here, man. I remember being under 50 cents and then it shot up years ago. Yeah. Oh, that's deep. Wow. I had no idea you could do that, Scott. That's pretty cool. My dad would buy his pickups at the police or state auctions. That's pretty darn smart, Jeff. You know, my dad bought one vehicle from a Forest Service auction, an older Chevy. I thought it was going to be mine because he bought it when I was like 13 or 14, and we did a lot of work to it. Now it's over $4 for high test. Yeah. Well, you know, in my area, I haven't really noticed that price of gas has gone up or down much at all since the election. So not much has changed there. Nice flying, Scott. You could go spearfishing with that plane. Paid $2.48 this morning on base for regular. Yeah, gas here is $2.79 a gallon. 2.80. I like that Sea Dart. It is pretty cool. It sure does hover nice. I wonder if you could go under the boat all the way. Oh, there we go. Oil is $65 a barrel. Yeah, I think oil went down quite a bit per barrel, but it didn't affect the price of gas too much. Yeah, remember when chicken wings weren't a thing? Almost give them away. Jim, I remember when fine furniture was made out of wood that was actually milled and straight. And now they take firewood and make it into fine furniture. I don't get it. The world sure is backwards. That's awesome, Scott. So next week we'll do the carrier. We'll have fun on the aircraft carrier in the middle of the ocean. All you can eat wings with your pitcher of beer. Just keep the pictures coming. Pretty darn swimming there, Scott. Darn cool swimming. Ooh, nice. I don't think you're going to be able to push it, Scott. There for a while, 2x4s were not wood. Made of gold by the prices. Yeah, no kidding. And I believe lumber's going back up. I remember when a sheet of plywood was $12. Now it's 50. That's all right. You know, we can't expect things to be the same forever, right? We've been watching the price of cars go up and up and up and up, and everything else has stayed pretty much the same. So, everything else is just playing catch up now. Which, thinking of ketchup, I made homemade onion rings over the weekend, and they were delicious. Nice flying, Scott. Pretty cool little dance on the water. Wow, I would go there too. You would be saving a lot of money, Philip, compared to now. I mean, just 2 beers would be $10 anywhere else. Onion ring, they were so good too. Oh, I made a new batter. Added a little paprika, garlic powder to it. It was really good. Scott, thank you so much. Let's see, is Victor's flying? Victor flying? Still? And with Victor, if he's still flying. Auto prices are crazy for what you get. Bells and whistles and costly to repair. Oh my goodness. You ain't kidding, Craig. Ooh. The chicken livers are the best. You know, we have a place here, JCB, called Lucky Wishbone, and it's been it was the very first fast food restaurant in Tucson, and they have chicken gizzards. You can get a box of gizzards with fries and a piece of garlic toast. Oh man, it is so good. So good. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry. I'm going to have to go find something to eat. Keith Christie. Hi, Keith. Thank you for coming in, my friend. You're making me hungry, yeah. I told my wife on Friday, I said, I'm craving a burger. So instead of just going and buying some burgers, we went to Costco and just bought the whole, 16 pack of them. We'll make our own. You were totally breakdancing underwater, Scott. That thing's really cool. Yeah, I made so many onion rings my wife couldn't eat anymore. She had a lot less than I did though. It's like, well, do I stop and not make the rest of the mess with the oil and the top of the stove getting all splatters on it? Like, you're just gonna cook the rest of them. It's unbreakable. It sure seems that way, Scott. Well, hopefully next Monday, my neck and my shoulder won't be giving me trouble. I've been having a pain, my neck and my shoulder, it just will not go away. It's almost to the point. I've been to the doctor twice with it, right? And I'm about to make it a third time. A new farm truck was $124,000. They were only going 10,000 for the trade-in. 2017. It still does everything and it's legal to drive. Yeah. It's an electric with smoke. And there's no stopping it. Awesome. Well, Keith, Christy, I'm certainly glad you jumped in before we jumped off. It's already been 2 hours and 10 minutes almost. I want to tell you guys thank you for coming in, hanging out, and flying, especially flying. Yeah, Philip, I called on our 20-year-old Tacoma, and they wouldn't even give us $2,500 trade-in for it. But you look online and they're for sale for 10 to 15,000. I'll be using the smoker on the 4th, baby back ribs. Oh man, that sounds good. I promise it doesn't look too bad either when it's not a default blue tiny plane. Yeah, I'm sure. I need to try and figure that out. I can't see buying all the packs just to get the view of all the planes. Fred, thank you, sir. I'm grateful to you all for being here. We'll do it again next Monday. It'll be July. The days will be getting shorter. So be ready. Snow will be here before you know it. Oh no. Urban legend. Sorry about that, man. Well, hopefully we see you in the room flying next time. Ty, have a great night. Y'all have a great week. Rest of the week, guys. I'm out. Take care. It's only 94. It's pretty nice out now. I think I'm going to step out. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you all. Have a good one. Take care.